Hey, Brett here. Science of stretching for Tai Chi and Bagua. We're going to twist a lot, so it's going to really be good for your spine, and we're going to basically stretch the body, the muscles from the feet up for the most part. There's a few diversions from that. For today's practice, going to need some pillows, maybe some kind of bench or folding chair, some blocks, just the usual stuff. And variation today, if you don't have access to a wall, even though I clearly do, I'm going to do version of this where you don't need a wall. So that's what's going on today. So I'm going to get right into the first pose. The first pose is going to get from the hamstrings and also going to get the back. Now, this is where you might use something like a bench, but I'm not going to show that right now. I'm going to go ahead and get into it. So let's go ahead and get our feet parallel. Deep bend of your knees, deep, deep, deep. Bring your rib cage onto your knees and roll over. Maybe interlock your elbows or start hold on to your elbows and just hang. And as much as you can, straighten out your legs to get a nice stretch in your hamstrings and your calves. Though, don't worry if your knee is bent because you're going to get a stretch. And if your knee is slightly bent, then you're going to move the stretch more into the muscle belly. So breathe to relax. 4, 8. Inhale to count to 4, exhale to 8. That'll help calm you down. Wet noodle. Just sort of hang here, relax. Muscles that are relaxed stretch. In fact, relaxing is the exact opposite of flexing. So relax, loosen everything that you can. In time, passive tension time. We're going to be here for a couple minutes. 2 minutes is a good minimum. 5, that's probably enough. After that, probably get more from switching poses. So let's keep hanging here. Now, on all of these poses, we're not ready to come out yet, but on all these poses, I'm going to talk you through how to come out of the pose. You may be able to come right out of the pose, but if you are older or if you have any kind of issues, I'll sort of walk you through how to do it. But here's one thing to remember. Whatever muscle you're stretching, don't use it to come out of the pose. Okay, now to come out of this pose, take one of your hands and put it just above your kneecap and do that same thing with the other hand. Bend your knees, bend your knees, bend your knees. Push with your arms up. Push, push, push. Maybe crawl up your legs here. Once your body is back to normal, it's fine. But you've just stretched it. It's kind of like weak and you can actually do damage. In fact, don't do anything like running or anything after this for 4 hours. Okay, now next we're going to do a little bit of integration here. So feet maybe a little bit wider than hip width apart. Now here's what I want you to do. Put your hands like so, just sort of like you're being robbed. Turn at your shoulders. Just do this a couple times. Turn out your shoulders and actually keep your heads pointing straight ahead. Okay, now hold your shoulders and arms, but now turn at your waist. Okay, now turn opposite. So waist and shoulders going opposite of each other. Oh, get some nice crunchies. Nice crunchies. Okay. Shake it out if you want to. All right, now next, come on down to the ground. You may want some kind of padding here. I've got a second floor carpeting, so this is soft enough. Um, if you are tender, your shins, your knees, if you do this for a while, what happens is your body will adjust to how you use it. So if you're doing this a lot, it'll get used to it. So give yourself time. And again, as you change, if you want something different, you have to change. Doing stuff like this is a change. So speaking of change, you're gonna hate this one, but it's a lovely pose. So you might need some kind of pillow for support, but what I want you to do is I want you to take your toes and curl them under. Then I want you to sit back onto your toes. Let's go ahead and start the pose. Now, take your hands and option one. externally rotate them, thumbs out, away from the body, and chest up. If you can reach your hands behind your back, or you can use a rope is fine, a cord, a towel, a t-shirt, the entrails of your latest enemy, interlace your hands and pull your shoulders and pinch them. If it's available to you, maybe interlace your arms and you can work your arms higher and higher. You're engaging your shoulder and getting some hyperextension in your shoulder more and more here. But let's keep working on those hands for a second because I'm trying to distract you from your toes, which are screaming at you right now. But that's good. So why are we doing this to our toes? Foot flexibility is really important. It's good for balance. It's great for balance, actually. I actively grip with my feet when I'm practicing Tai Chi or other internal martial arts. It's actually related to calf flexibility. The arch of your foot and your calf are very tightly coupled. There's a hinge that goes around the ankle on both sides. And so as you loosen one, you can loosen the other. So they come together. We've already done some calf work today, and we'll be doing some more coming up. So breathe to relax. If you're feeling discomfort, that's expected. If you're feeling pain, you want to back off. What's the difference? I can't tell. You have to tell that for yourself. But one guide, if you can point to it, it's probably something you need to back away from. If it's like your whole kneecap, it's because of pressure, then take it easy and just monitor it. Okay, I'm going to come out of this. I'm going to just sort of drop my arms first. Now, careful coming out of this. If you're in this for much longer, your toes are really going to be angry with you. So I just sort of lean forward, put my hands down, take the weight off my feet, lift my feet. Wait a second. Now, it turns out the next thing we're going to do is this anyway. So curl your toes flat. Now you're pointing your toes. This is plantar flexion. When we were the other way, that was dorsiflexion. So coming back was dorsi. This is now plantar. So we're getting really good ankle stuff going on here, which is really good if you want to squat as well. So come down and just sort of rest here. If you have it available to you, if your knees are together and you can do this, maybe spread your feet and start this. Now, one thing I've discovered between these two poses, between the two of them, if you do the first one for more than about 4 minutes, your shins are so stretched that this becomes really hard to do. So monitor yourself. You may want to do that first one, maybe only 3 minutes before you do this one when you're doing your own practice at home, which I'm sure you're all doing. For the one person who might have randomly fast forwarded, I know nobody's listening or watching, and yet I still enjoy it. Now, if your bum is actually touching the ground, you can go back. It really doesn't do much for you. This is really the stretch, but I like to get a little more stretch in a couple of other places. And it took me about 3 years to get to this. So when I started, I couldn't even get my bum on my heels reliably. So as you do new things, your body adjusts to how you're using it. A little change, plus a little change, plus a little change eventually becomes a huge change. Now, if I go all the way down like this, ooh, that is really hard on the top of my feet, and my knees come off the ground. I'm not quite flexible enough for that not to happen. This is really a big stretch here. If I wanted to release this, I might use Jackknife Blaster to release this a bit more. Okay, now to come out of this, I'm going to first get up off the ground. And then again, with all of these, depending on how long you're in them, you might notice a little bit more or less discomfort. But to come out of this, what I do is I normally just push up a little bit, let the blood slow return to my knees, and then go ahead and get into a tabletop and then kick it out, just 1 foot at a time. Just kick it out, touch maybe your toe, bring the knee back in, push out, touch your toe, one more on each side. Now, conveniently, stay right here. What we're going to do next is we're going to get a big hamstring stretch on one side and a big hip flexor stretch on another side. So from the tabletop, what I want you to do is swing your right foot up to your right hand. I want your leg to be either straight up and down or even a little bit forward of that. Rotate your foot out, say up to 45 degrees. If your knee falls out, that's fine. Slide your left foot back, pointing it. Point, 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 slide, slide, slide. And then you're on your shin and your knee, and then just rest. Now, stretches is here. The stretches are, pardon me, here on the hamstring on the right leg. We've reduced the angle of the leg here, and so that's flexion. We've extended extension on the left side. So the left side is hip flexor right now, the right side hamstring. Since the leg is bent, it's more in the muscle body, a little bit deeper. If you can't hold this, use a pile of blankets, use a chair, because this is where the stretch is. It's not up here. It took me a couple months to be able to hold this pose, but over time you get better. By the way, just like this, coming back, the torso more up and down, puts more weight in the middle. So this actually might be a more intense version of the pose for you, or a different version. Mess around, move around a little bit, see what works for you. Now, to come out of this one, what I want you to do is curl your back toes under, push back onto your back toes, bring your right leg back, and then push back into a child's pose. Come up, push back into a child's pose. Come on up. And left leg, swing it out to the left hand. Want your leg up and down, or maybe even a little forward. Rotate that foot out 45 degrees. Now, slide your right leg back, 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 back. Set your right kneecap down and your shin. And again, your ankle is in point plantar flexion. I've got it. Now, I've got flexion on the left, hamstring on the left, extension on the right, hip flexor on the right, big hip stretch. Now, this is one of those poses that I love. This is one of my top two poses. This version of this pose. There are a lot of varieties, and the longer you stay in it, the better because your hips are, there's so many muscles and there's so much going on in there, and they're deep, deep muscles. So this is a good one to do for 5 minutes. Work up to 5 minutes. Now, I didn't start the clock, so I'm going to guess I have not that much time left. I'm just going through the rounds right now. Okay, now to come out of this pose, curl your toes under, push back a little bit, and then slide your left foot back, push down and back, start back into a child's pose, and then come up into a tabletop. And then back down one more time. And we're going to be in a tabletop. You might want something for pads for your knees, because what we're going to do is we're going to put our knees out. So from the tabletop, I want you to take your left leg and push it out to the left a little bit, and your right leg out to the right, and your legs, your feet are straight behind you. What we're actually doing is something like a squat. So my feet are like this, like Charlie Chaplin, and then I'm squatting down like this, and this is opening up the groin, except we're doing it with a different relationship to gravity. So, tabletop, left knee to the left, bring the leg and foot along with it, right knee to the right. There we go. Oh, and already that's a nice little stretch. Now, this is a good stretch right here on my groin, but I'm going to push back, sort of sit back. And when I do that, I'm now feeling it in my groin and in my hip flexors. So I'm kind of sitting into this. Every so often, I get a nice little release, and what I'll do is I'll come back out a little bit, spread my knees wider, and then sit back into it. In fact, my legs are already loosening up. This is a pose that gets really intense really fast for me. I'm really tight here, probably from years of flying on airplanes and sort of keeping my legs in, my body sort of tightly squeezed together and minding my own space. But luckily, you can fix your body quite a bit. Oof, there it goes, loosened up nicely. 2 minutes is a really nice time for maintenance and just sort of for a nice, getting a nice variety. 3 to 4 minutes is really good for intensity. And by the time you get to 5 minutes, you've done some really, really deep work. So work your way up over time. It's absolutely worth it. Okay, now to come out of this, I'm going to sort of pull myself forward and then push up and slowly bring my legs back. You can also even drop your hips and then lift yourself up a little bit. Okay, now for the next pose, you might want a little bit of pillow, optional. But what we're going to do is we're going to sit feet together, soles of the feet together. And I want a pretty wide opening here. So what I want is maybe your feet together, wherever your knees are, that's fine. And then maybe four fists, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just lean forward. Now, you might find some kind of support for your forehead handy, so I'll bring that along. But actually, I'll show you something. This is pretty handy. So if you're having problems with your lower back, there you go, right there. So it's how it feels. It's not how it looks. I'm getting a nice stretch right here. Now I'm going to go lower, but that was, I can still feel something there because I still need to sort of slowly go into this pose. And I'm just going to let gravity do what it always does. It brings you down, man. As Tom York says, gravity always wins. We started at the feet because in Tai Chi, movement starts from the feet, it goes up into the hips. You need to have loose hips so that you can engage your ligaments. When you engage your ligaments with your feet, and when you have your feet positioned well with respect to gravity and your body with respect to gravity, you can have the weight of the earth under your feet engaged to your hands in a continuous flow of connection through the ligaments. Takes a few weeks, years, decades of practice, but every so often you can feel that connection from the earth all the way to your hand, through your body, left foot to right hand, right foot to left hand. Okay, to come out of this, you've stretched your lower back, so take your hands and push up, push up. Don't use your back. All right. Now, reach behind you, and you can point your fingers towards you and sort of pinch your shoulders and push your chest up to the sky and look up. Okay. Now, this is a variety for when you don't have the floor, sorry, a wall. So what we're going to do is I want you to get back into that tabletop. Bring your right leg up like did before, but then cross your foot over. Now, I want your leg at some kind of angle. I don't want it straight back because I want this rotation here. All right. Take your left foot and push it back. And here we go. Now, you might do something like this with your torso. That's going to put the stretch back here. You might find if you do this, it puts it on the outside of the hip. Experiment with it. See what works for you. Do you need some support? The stretch is in your hip. The stretch is in your upper body. In fact, I can deepen the stretch if I do something like this. Ooh, that's getting to be a bit much. It's how it feels. It's not how it looks. If you're getting a good stretch, you're getting a good stretch. Go back to your breath. Breathe to relax. Wet noodle. Loosen that body if you can. If you can't, lock it out. We take some time, passive tension over time. 2 minutes is about enough time to get both the nervous system calmed down and for the muscle fibers to relax in a way that will have lasting effect. In my personal experiences, I took a break for 6 months at one point because I had torn my shoulder blade. And other than being slightly slow at the start of my stretches, I had not lost anything in 6 months. Flexibility doesn't cost your body anything to keep. Muscles do. They literally burn calories. Flexibility does not. So it takes longer to get flexible. But as you get better, it stays for years. Unless you actively do something. Like, for example, if you start sitting on airplanes every week, the way you sit is going to slowly adjust your body over time, just like sitting at a desk all day. All right, now to come out of this, I'm going to push back just like we did before, curl my feet under. All right. Now, other side, same idea. So from a tabletop, bring your left foot up to your left hand, and then slide your left foot over to the right. And again, you want this pointing at an angle. You don't want it straight back. And then my right leg, I'm going to kick back, point my toes, and I'm going to sit into it. Okay, I'm gonna first push up, and then I'm gonna push back a little bit and slide my legs together. And then once again, kick back a little bit on both sides. Okay, so now lay on your back. Gonna get a big twist. This is gonna go our lower back and our hips, a few other things as well. All right, on your back, your feet are on the ground, your legs are about 45 degrees. Start with your right foot, lift your right foot up, and then put your right foot and hook it behind your left knee. If this is that's fine, this is great, this is all you need to do. If you want to, you can try putting your foot on the outside of your left knee or even further down. It all accomplishes the exact same thing. Okay, so now once you pick that position, take your left hand outside of your right knee and twist to the left. If you need to use some kind of chair or pillow to give you some support, do so. I'm looking straight up at the ceiling, and my other hand is just off to the side. My left hand is on my left knee, my right knee, and it is adding some weight, so it's adding a little bit of a twist, but I'm not pulling. You don't need to. Let gravity do the work. Relax and breathe. This is a great place to really expand your belly when you're twisted. It does nice stuff to your internal organs. Also deepens the pose by slowly taking you in and out. The undulation of your belly helps you push the edge of your stretch from the inside. It's like the universe expanding into nothingness. Your stretches are expanding into new space that you're creating inside yourself. You're realigning your muscle fibers. In the apocalypse, you will be prime meat for cannibals because of the structure of your muscle fibers. I may not use that one in an actual class. I generally think it's true, but I'm not certain. I'm sure it'd make good stew meat, though. All right, now to come out of this, this is really important. You've really stretched your lower back. So, first thing, if your legs are twisted, untwist them. Get your right foot on top of your left leg. Slide your right foot to the ground, and then slowly, really twist back. Now, I'm older. I'm old enough that I have to really be careful. You may be younger. Good for you. Flow is healing fast is revealing. Okay, here we go. Other side. Now, again, ideally, because we want to try to maintain balance left and right, when you balance your body, you tend to have more stability. You fall less. So whatever you did for the foot position on the first, try the same thing here. But if you haven't done this one before, just try whatever and figure out what works for you. So once again, lift your left leg and put your left foot either behind hook it behind your knee there, or take your left foot and put it on the outside of your right knee, or slide your leg down. I'm going to go ahead and do that again. Take your right hand, put it on the outside of your left knee, and twist, twist, twist to the side. Oh, sorry, Chesh. And also crush your kitty. Okay, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and just do that. Now remember at the beginning in the warm up, which we didn't do, but it's in the warm up, we did some circle walking. We also did that thing where you're twisting our shoulders and our hip waists at different times. So we are really activating the spine. If you're not used to doing it, you might be tingling all over by the time we're done. If you are used to doing it, you also might be tingling all over by the time we're done. Again, really emphasize taking in a big breath into your belly and expanding there. Feel it push things around, and then as you exhale, your belly comes back in, and you realize that you're now laying in your kitten's tail. He's 16 years old, but he's a kitty. All of our dogs are puppies. I'll fight you for it. On these poses where we do them twice, if you find that you are especially tight on one side, do it a minute longer. The disadvantage of these kind of poses is they take twice as long, but the advantage is you can customize your stretch a little bit if you find that you're off. Like, for example, if you practice a racket sport, you're probably tighter on your racket side, the right side you hold the racket. So you might want to increase your time on that side to get it back into balance. Balance is a journey. It's not a destination. It's a continuous thing. Balance, like yin yang, it's a continuous effort. All right, now what I want you to do is uh, we're going to do another diversion here. I want to do what's called an elevated version of a pose. So this is where I want a chair, a coffee table, actually a countertop is perfect. So if you happen to be in your kitchen, which I'm sure you're not, but in my kitchen, I've got a perfect place to do this. I just discovered earlier this night. What I want you to do is I want you to sort of stand with your hands over here. This is an approximation. And put your hands here on top and then spread your legs. Maybe double your shoulder width apart, work with it, and then sort of shuffle back until you can sort of fall into your shoulders. So that's what I want you to do. I want you to collapse into your shoulders here. Now, we're getting some hamstring stretch here, but I want to make sure you're feeling something between your shoulder blades. So if you need to, maybe bend your knees a little bit, work it around a little bit until you can feel yourself sort of like imagine your breastbone is sinking like right there. Oh, that's nice. Uh, if you can, it's perfectly fine once you get that feeling between your shoulders to very slowly push your legs up, and it will probably intensify the feeling between your shoulders. You're gonna really be working on your trapezius muscles here, and this pose released mine. And after years of not being able to do so, I could turn my head without having to turn my shoulders. It freed up my neck. So this is one of those poses I really like to do. So as I said, we're stretching our hamstrings, and you're probably getting a good stretch. I hope you're getting a good stretch in your back, especially between your shoulder blades. So this is one of those where we're going to come out of it soon. And when we do, what I want you to do is reach down with one hand, get it onto the ground, and then same thing with the other hand. Let's go ahead and come out of the pose now. Reach down with one hand, and then with the other hand, bring your feet a little bit closer together. Bend your knees if you need to. You're going to want to bend them anyway. Put your hands on your knees and push up, push up, push up. All right. Now, since we're up here, go ahead and option one, take your hands and externally or laterally externally rotate. and open up like so. So look up, press your breastbone up. This is wonderful. Love it. Pinching your shoulder blades. That's a great option. In fact, this is pretty great. If you want to, another option is take your hands behind your back, use a strap, use your fingers, use a towel, and then pinch your shoulder blades together. And then again, look up and push your breastbone up. Okay, now let's go ahead and go back onto the ground. It's a bit weird that we came up and went down, but this is the costs of not using a wall. Finally, we're going to get onto our stomach. I'm going to move this actually. I'm going to move your little house here, chest, okay? Okay. So on your stomach, you might need a pillow or a block to keep you higher here, but better if you can do it. It's fine either way. And then cross your arms, right hand in front of the right arm in front of the left arm. Slide your right hand to the left, slide your left hand to the right, your elbows crossed. Maybe they keep going for a little bit, and then put your chin down and sort of hang out here. Now, we've done a couple things with our shoulders where we were pinching our shoulder blades together. This is pulling our shoulder blades apart. So we've twisted our shoulders, we've pulled them apart, we've pushed them together, we've stretched them. Done the same thing with our hips, our ankles, our toes. We mostly worked the bottom up, so you kind of squeezed all your tension up to the top. And we're in a final relaxing pose. You think this is relaxing. You're laughing at you might be laughing at me, but trust me, once you get used to this pose, it's easy to fall asleep in. I've done it. Use an alarm. Okay, to come out of this push up with your belly, slide your arms back. All right, now, other arm rather. So left arm up away from the body, right arm a little bit closer. Slide your right hand to the left. Slide your left hand to the right. Slide, slide, slide. Elbows cross. Keep going. And then put your chin down. It takes a while to figure out how to be comfortable in this pose. It really does, but honestly, it's a very comfortable pose. However, don't fall asleep in this pose. Your arms would be just completely knocked out after not too long. Okay, push up with your stomach. Slide your arms back to normal. Place your one hand on top of the other, and just place your forehead down on your hands for just a moment. And a few deep breaths. Take a scan of your body. Okay, so first, push up into a tabletop. We're really getting into a standing position, so however you want to do that. But I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to keep my hands on the ground. I'm going to get my feet down, and then I'm going to put my hands on my knees and work my way up. If you can stand up, perfectly fine. All right, let's do a little bit of closing stuff, and then we'll call it a night. So, feet hip width apart, knees slightly bent. Take your sacrum and push it first down, and then tuck it under. What you're actually doing is you're extending your hip flexors and you're neutralizing your pelvis approximately. So feet together, knees bent, sacrum down, and then tuck it under. Next thing I want you to do is the fontanelle is above the back of your head, top of your ears right there. Imagine there's a balloon. Imagine that balloon is pulling you up and extending your neck, pulls your chin back. So now tuck your tailbone, extend your lower back, pull up your fontanelle, and now your hands, I want you to rotate them inward, medial, middle, inward. So again, feet parallel, knees bent, sacrum down, tucked, extends the hip flexors. Fontanelle, pulls your head up. Medial rotation. I actually like to come all the way in, like so. And then take your sternum and relax it down into your heels. And you're engaging your pelvic floor. Okay, relax. Let's do that one more time. So feet together. Sorry, no, not feet together. Parallel feet, about hip width apart, knees bent, sacrum down, and then swing it under. Pull the top head of the head, back of the head up. Relax these inner ligaments by rotating your hands inward. Sternum down, down, down. You're pushing your spinal column into your pelvic floor. Okay, now you can relax that a little bit. Okay, from here, what I want you to do is inhale and reach your arms up. Inhale, like you're holding a ball, maybe a football, your fingers are pointing together. And then use you exhale, come down to about your belly button. So exhale down to your belly button. Pause here and inhale and push down, 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 down. Exhale, exhale. Okay, inhale halfway up and then exhale, keep going up. Inhale as you swing your arms down and bend your legs. Go as far down as you can, as is comfortable. However far down you are, that's the perfect level for grabbing some water in a stream and bringing it up your body and washing your body with clean water. And you pause here, inhale, and push then that water on the exhale up. Inhale, drop your hands back to your hips. Exhale, just wait here for a second. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, hands up. You're grabbing a ball of energy. It's bright light. Exhale, imagine your skeleton lighting up as you work it way down. Exhale, your skull is lighting up, your throat's lighting up, your shoulder, your collarbone, all the way down your chest, your arms, your waist. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, and you see that light continue down. Your legs are signing your feet into the ground. And then inhale, and then exhale up. Inhale as you work your way down to the ground. Grab some water and exhale, pull it halfway up, washing your body clean. Inhale, here, exhale, and continue on up. Okay, now if you're a bit asleep, just go back to breathing 5 breaths a minute. Inhale to a count of six, exhale to a count of six, and that will get you back to a balance. But before we go, let's go ahead and do one final shake. So feet parallel, knees bent. Hopefully everything's loose. I'm going to do a little bit of that noodly arm thing. And now just bounce, shake your body. Very gently here, shake your body. Final integration. This will also wake you up a bit. So don't do too much if you're trying to go to sleep. All right, go forth and twist your body or practice Tai Chi. Good night.